way, eye makeup is due courtesy of the Natasha Denona Star Palette. So I purchased this on Beautylish, and this palette here retails for $169. I don't know what I was thinking when I said I was going to get a Natasha Denona palette for $169, but I will get her other palettes. I do have one, and it's like 5 colors. I haven't used it yet. I bought it back at IMAX back in April, and I don't really know what I'm waiting on. But yeah, so the colors that I used today on my eyes is Galaxia, Electra, and Earth. So I used Earth as my transition. I used Electra in the crease, and then I used Galaxia in the on my lid. So let me give you a little tidbit about this palette. So I bought it on Beautylish, and pretty much what it says is, when it comes to your eye makeup, you shouldn't always reach for the stars. Inspired by the stars in the sky, this holiday palette from Natasha Denona features 18 never-before-seen eyeshadows in an easy-to-follow format that takes the guesswork out of creating this world looks. With finishes from every occasion, you have metallic, duochrome, creamy matte, and crystal. And in shades to suit all skin tones, the Star Palette has something for everyone. So like I said, I used, and I'm going to go into each one. Maybe I'll do swatches. I don't know. At this point, I mean, this palette is all over YouTube. I'm not going to do swatches. It defeats the purpose. But I will let you know what my thoughts were and how, you know, easy it was or easy it was not for me to use it. So I used the color Earth, which is a dark chocolate brown with a creamy matte finish. I used Electra, which is a dark plum with a creamy matte finish. And then I used Galaxia, which is a sheer icy white with a crystal finish. Now, these are, and I like that it comes with the mirror, and this little flappy thing here pretty much shows you what all the colors are. And then those are the colors. So the colors I used today were this one, and this one. Okay, and the crystal colors, you really can't pack them on. You have to use a glitter glue. And my mistake was today, and I think that I'll correct it in another look and see how it works with a different crystal, is that I used my Duo lash glue, and it just didn't work. I mean, it was hard for me to work with. Maybe it was just the two products together. I'm not gonna redo this look on camera, but I will do another look and see if I can record it using a different product. Also, let's see. So this palette includes these shades. So let's go through the shades. So let's see. The top shade here, this gold, is called Spectrum, and it's a deep antique with a crystal finish. So this is a crystal, as well as this one is a crystal. So the two in the top corner are crystals. You have Earth, which, as I said, which is this one, which is a dark chocolate brown with a creamy matte finish. And then you have this one here with it, which is Bellatrix, and it says that she's a rose gold with a metallic finish. Then I believe this one here is Flesh, And Flesh is a warm peach with a matte finish, a creamy matte finish. And then you have Orion here, which is a deep blue brown with a duochrome finish. So that's one of the duochromes. And then next to it is Gamma, Gamma, which is a mahogany brown with a creamy matte finish. And then here we have, that would be Atria, which is a copper orange with a metallic finish. And then next to that we have Titiana. These names, I don't know where she came up with them, but it's a taupe brown with a creamy matte finish. And then next to that is Cosmo, which is a vintage brass with a crystal finish. So in this square here, you have 1 and 2, which are crystals. This one is a metallic, this one is a metallic, and this one is a duochrome. And then in the next square, let's see, we have Diadem, which is a warm taupe gray with a creamy matte finish. And then we have Vega, which is a tea rose with a creamy matte finish. And then Galaxia, which I used today, which is a sheer icy white with a crystal finish. And then this one is Phoenix. Phoenix is a brick red with a creamy matte finish. In the middle is Supernova, and that's a silver taupe with a duochrome finish. And then you have Electra, which is a deep plum with a creamy matte finish. And then this is Polaris, and this is a white gold with a crystal finish. And then this one is a Tika, which is a sandy beige with a creamy matte finish. And then this one is a peach gold, which is Rhea, with a metallic finish. So again, you have, I think this one was, let me see, yeah, Polaris, and what's this, Galaxia. Those two are crystal finishes. You have a duochrome, and then you have a metallic, and everything else is matte. And if you notice, these are pretty much like all warm tones. Sorry guys, sorry. These are all warm. This side here are cool tones, and this side here are all warm tones. So I pretty much mixed both. But I mean, it doesn't matter, you can do what you want. But the way that she says to use the palette is, whether you're going across, diagonal, or whatever the case is, you should be able to create a look with this palette nonetheless. So she made it pretty easy for people that don't know how to use eyeshadow palettes too much. But honestly speaking, the crystals, the crystal colors are hard to work with. Like I said, you're going to have to use a glitter glue in order to get them in place because they don't stick. It's like using, it's like a packed glitter. Pretty much. I mean, seriously. Other than that, and I can see my nails in some of the colors. I mean, the color selection is awesome. They swatch really well. The swatches are like impeccable. Let's pick up another crystal shade. And that one, you just tap your finger in it and it'll pick it up. So, I mean, like I said, they swatch really nice. I mean, is it worth $169? No. This palette, I mean, it is. When you think about the breakdown in price, and again, this is repetitive. There's so many people that have put this palette already on the thing. The size per pan is pretty much like 0.8 ounces per pan, which is 2.5 grams. So if you look at this palette, that's a lot of product per pan compared to, I would say, I actually have an Urban Decay palette sitting here. Look at the sizes of the pans. Like, look at them. They're like double the size. So when you break down the cost, it's probably about like $8 or $9 per eyeshadow times 18. So it actually it's worth it because her shadows are really bomb. Like, I really am going to get another Natasha Denona palette. I'm going to get one of the 28 color ones. I think I'm going to get the purple one. And the good thing is that with Beautylish, you don't have to pay for the whole palette in full. You can, and I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, well, why would you not pay for the palette in full? Well, when her palettes are running for $200, who has that type of money to actually go out and purchase a palette, just one freaking palette? Sorry guys, this is exactly why I don't record voiceovers, because they don't sit down upstairs. But nonetheless, yes, I will be purchasing another Natasha Denona palette. Will I be keeping the Star palette? Yes, I will. I'm just gonna figure out how to work with the crystal shades a little better. Next time I may try my NYX glitter primer and see if that works a lot better. Also, I did try to do a cut crease, and you can't use eyeliner on top of the glitters because it's just a hot freaking mess. It really is. Even liquid liner, it's just a hot freaking mess. So I just have to figure out the best way for me to use those crystal shades. But I'm pretty sure, you know, the rest of the eye palette, the rest of the eyeshadows, they go on nice and smooth. They really are creamy. You have to really like go in and blend. I found that out with the brown that I used in the crease. You have to go in and blend. So what I did was I packed the color in and then I blended it out. I packed it in and then blended it out. So yeah, honestly speaking, I am still paying for this palette. I have like one more payment to go. I mean, like I said, it's well worth it. You do get, you know, 18 shades. They're limited edition. They're not in her other palettes. I have another palette of hers. I haven't used it yet. I promise I will use it. It's not gonna go to waste. But yeah, those are really my thoughts on it. Like I said, the colors are really great. Like I can't complain, except for it was really hard using the crystal shade, putting it exactly where I wanted it, using the glitter, using the duo glue didn't make it any better, and that's possibly my fault. So as soon as I can get a handle on how to use the crystal shades, I will be back with a tutorial on how to use a look from this palette. But if you do have this palette and you like this look, you can recreate it. Yes, I told you the colors that I used, and I know somebody's gonna put in the comments what my lip color is that I am wearing, and it is from LA Splash Cosmetics, and this is from their Dos Muertos line in the color Valentina. So that's that. And you know, I'm a girl that likes her nude lips, so for me to do a vampy, you know, such and such and such, I had to do this for you guys. But you know, this I feel like is like a really great holiday look. If you really want to go that vampy type of burgundy with the glitter on the eyes and stuff like that, you know, I really think this would make for a very pretty holiday look. Maybe I will try to recreate this just using a different glitter primer. Let me know if you want to do that, if you want me to do that down in the comments below. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the palette. It is brown girl friendly. I will say that there are a couple of transition colors in here that you can use. Like I said, this brown one here is a great transition color. I used that. This one is a great transition color. There's plenty of lip colors in here. This one is a good transition color. Like, it's so diverse. Like, anybody can use this palette, and you know, I feel like it's worth it. And I'm not sure if this is limited edition or not. Allegedly it is, but I'm hearing that it may become permanent. So between those two, I mean, if you haven't gotten your hands on it, you can get it at Sephora, you can get it at Beautylish. The only difference is Sephora, you have to pay for it in full. It is paraben free and talc free, as I've heard her other palettes did have talc in it, but that has since been taken out. So it is free of talc and paraben. And she also does recommend that with the crystal shades, they works best when applying your finger. But like I said, the crystal shades is like a pressed glitter, so I wouldn't even recommend that. I would recommend using some sort of a glitter primer on top, just as you have something to adhere to the lid. Yeah, so I'm just looking through it to see if there's anything else that, you know, you guys may need to know in regards to the palette. No. Nope, nothing else listed on the website. So that concludes this video for today. Like I said, it's up to you. I'm not telling you to go out and buy it. I'm purchasing it. This is my personal opinion. If you want to go out and buy one, I will link Beautylish's website down below. And like I said, they do installment plans. It has to be $100 or more. 3 payments. You can get this palette. No, this is not a sponsored video. Sorry. I'll link my lip color down below. And yeah, and if you're not following me on social media, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, follow my Facebook page, Pinterest, Google Plus. I'm everywhere. And I make it easy for you to find because everything is at Kellychavone. So until next time, loves.